you go.
As practice now closes, we're having technical issues in the main broadcast. Apologies for that. Those responsible have been sacked. To quote Monty Python.
Right, I believe they can hear, so just see what happens.
Jamie in his lovely purple Audi for Michael Massey's Mango Lassie. What a team name.
Is this transmitting on YouTube?
It should be, yeah.
Because all I've got is a starting screen.
To quote Monty Python. I've got a...
Right, I believe they can hear, so just see what happens.
As we head in towards qualifying, but my stream's still been running, so... I hope it's still running, not been cut off by... I've got a...
Right,
one sec, we are having technical difficulties. Yeah, it's just been weeks. Right, as we now start qualifying. Matt, oh, everyone just stampedes out of pit lane. Hang on, one sec. I'll just bring it up YouTube chat again. The Silver in his silver McLaren. And also does the lone McLaren Lamborghini tonight. Right.
Absolute chaos getting out.
And Palava in his blackish brown McLaren. Reese in his Porsche, which apparently is one of the best cars for around here. At Zandvoort in Holland. Akbar is our only Dutch driver, and he's got a qualifying ban for race 1, so that's why he's sitting in pits. Euro in his grey Ferrari. Big Boy Brazier with his purple Audi. So, the first person to come to start their flying lap is car 55, which is the silver. I will now move over to the silver now. Not for the whole 15-minute stream, like before. Second on the road, looking at the minimap, is the Bentley of Mathew, with Overtaker behind him. Car 16 is unorthodox in the sole Lamborghini tonight. And if we move over to Gary 131, he has a possible chance of getting his 25th pole position here at Simplay Motorsport. So, Tony, how's your evening? I don't know where Liam's gone.
I'm here. I was just trying to figure out what to actually say.
Okay. Right, we'll go over to fellow commentator Liam Bostock. Liam,
Oh.
How are you?
Very tired. I won't be falling asleep. We won't be wrecking warehouses though, so we should be okay.
I'll shout if you do.
Yes, that is the voice of Fury's granddad, who is here with us tonight in the comms box.
Hi, Tony.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to see if there's a stream running on YouTube.
There is.
The stream's live on YouTube.
That's alright then. I'll shout if you do. Ah, yes. I've got it.
So I'm currently watching De Silva as he's coming through the final 2 turns to complete his flying lap. He has not invalidated it yet by running wide with the blue dot. If his dot goes blue, he's invalidated his lap. And he crosses the line with a 136.8 over to Matt Himovic and coming across the line next, who's a second slower than the Overtaker, who's faster than Matt, 0.6 of a second. Dan on Alpha Dubs has gone fastest with 136.3. Peaceful explosion coming to the line. He goes to provisional third. Gary to provisional second place. Impalava is on a invalid lap. Euro moves up to fourth. Car 79, that's Big Boy Brazier in the Audi. Across the line he comes. Currently in P8. Again, the only car in the pits because they're serving a qualifying ban is Akbar. Liam,
Yes.
over to you.
Ah, right. So at the moment we're looking at Big Boy Brazier here, just driving around the circuit quite merrily. But we're gonna have a look at some of the people who's crossing the line. For example, Bryce, who's crossing the line now with a coming into ninth, and it looks like actually De Silva is coming back across the line now. So we'll just see if he can improve on his lap time quickly.
He
As
does not improve.
He doesn't. Next car to cross will be Overtaker. He goes up to second, only 0.333 off of Unorthodox as fastest lap. Then we've got Peaceful Explosion, who's the next car again. Gary 131, not too far behind him there.
Peaceful to P2.
Quite a mix across the grid here at the moment.
Impalava. Invalid lap for Smokey. Invalid lap for Euro. Next person on the valid lap is Big Boy Brazier. As he comes along in his purple Audi. Now jumps ahead of Matt into P7. Right, car 557 is Nexus in Akbar's teammate in terminal velocity. Oh, someone's clicking their mic.
Sorry.
As I'm now following Nexus through the final turn onto the back straight. The final turn which now has been banked for Formula 1. Say hello to Mummy D and Does Automatic in the YouTube chat, and Mike Matthews, which is Peaceful Explosion. Obviously, he's now concentrating on driving his Ferrari. Nexus has gone to P7. To Silver, no improve. Might be an improvement on time, but he has not moved up in places. Overtaker. Back up to P2. Mahimovic stays in P7.
Unorthodox makes a bigger gap between him and second as well.
Cool. That's nearly a full second. That is very impressive times by Unorthodox. Liam, comment what are you seeing right now here in qualifying?
Quite a mix on the track, if I'm going to be honest here. There's quite a lot of different cars in different places where you just wouldn't expect them.
Not like Peaceful being up in P3 currently in the Ferrari.
Bit specific.
Or maybe, or even Overtaker. Overtaker through the testing between the week has been struggling around here. This is not a pad circuit, though. It is very
Not
close.
a very pad-esque game, in all fairness.
Well, I still manage to hit top 10s in
Good
Pro
point.
Am. Right, as Jamie now comes out the pits to start another Q1 with about 2 minutes of the session left. As Peaceful Step Down, there is now in YouTube chat. Hello, welcome. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to the stream. If you're enjoying what you're seeing. We're watching my POV at them currently on my Twitch channel. Impalava down in 11th place. Seems to be struggling here in Zandvoort.
He does, to be fair, is maybe not a very well-suited car for the McLaren.
Well, Overtaker's now about 6 tenths off Dan in the Lamborghini. I think the trick. Oh, Pixel's in the wall at the second hairpin of the wall which I was put into by Mathew, who's no longer racing for us because of his driving standard.
He's back in the pits now.
Yeah, Mike's returned to pits. That's probably his qualifying done. And the first car coming to the line with 40 seconds off on the clock. Will he actually cross the line to get another lap in? Is Nexus in his Monster Energy coloured Audi.
Yes.
I'm all for that.
Original Monster Energy.
Correct.
Can we just
Monster
add?
Energy. Correct, Monster Energy.
Nah, can't agree with you on that one, unfortunately.
He does get across the line with 30 seconds to go. Big Boy Brazier also gets across the line. Will De Silva get across the line? Yes, he does. So get another lap in. So Overtaker's on the grass. Oh, Overtaker's in the wall. That's not how you can't park there, sir.
Oops.
That's Overtaker's qualifying done. Gary is the first person to finish the session in P7. Right, the first car now has come to the line, and this final Q runs is Empalava in his McLaren. He comes through the final two corners. Now he has Smoky Devil a few seconds behind him on the road. Now Empalava bails and comes into the pits. Right, over to Smoky Devil. Smoky Devil in PE stays in P12. Right, Greece is the next person. He's coming up to what would become the second DRS zone down there. Can everyone hear me in the mainstream?
Yes, they can.
Okay, I was just checking. Yes, Mummy D, I am in the commentary. He's through the final corner now. Matt has bailed on his last lap. Reese comes across the line. Does he improve? He moves up to P5. That is our qualifying order done. We have Van Orfordubs in pole, Overtaker second, Metahimovic third, De Silva fourth, Grease in fifth, Peaceful Explosion sixth, Gabby seventh, Euro in eighth, Impalava ninth, Nexus in 10th, Big Boy Brazier in 11th, 12th is Smoky Devil, and 13th is Akbar. The final four positions are all Audis. As we now ready up on the grid.
We
Liam.
do. I've not even I've not even pressed the return to garage button. Marvelous.
No, I haven't. I'm still on Empalava's camera, so this could be actually interesting on the start from Empalava's POV, because mid-pack here yesterday was absolutely not fun, to be honest. Even though all drivers have had a thing coming out that keep it a bit cleaner on the race starts. It's for both Assetto Corsa and Formula One, because there's been so many incidents on the race starts. And as someone who races them both. And Liam.
And PM.
Now, we have 30 seconds until the green light. Everyone's now hitting drive on their menus to lower the car onto the ground. We're nearly all the cars are down. Is anyone going to miss the start? 10 seconds. Pit window will open 5 minutes into race one and close with 5 minutes to go. It is a half an hour race.
Yes, this is the first race. This is the half an hour race. This is the get your positions race. Unlike the first race, the second race.
Right. I'm on Brees for this race start.
Now I'm on Empalava.
As soon as they cross the line, I'll return the pit. but I might just watch Reese's POV in the Porsche, the only Porsche on this grid now in both Pro-Am. We did have some new drivers sign up, but they appear not to be here tonight, as they do about 43 miles an hour to the line, and it's lights out, and oh no, I quoted Crofty. Overtaker with the jump on the race start. Dan gone back down the inside as I return the garage to.
Here we go.
So far, they're clear. Oh, Gary Hop on the curb. Nexus is in the gravel. Return the garage. Go to Mathew. So Dan now leads from the overtaker, then Matt third. With the Silver fourth, Gleason fifth, Peaceful Explosion sixth. They've pretty much held position since from the race start. Dan is actually pulling away slightly.
He is, as he was quite quick going into the qualifying, so maybe he'll be able to turn that race, the pace he had in the qualifying into a race win in this first race.
Peaceful's just dropped to the back. Something's happened to Peaceful Explosion. He's got rear end damage, quite a lot of rear end damage. That will affect the handling of the Ferrari. Personal experience last night when I got rear ended.
Mathew is also now moved up into second place, passing the overtaker. So Mathew looking like he might be a man on a mission in this first race.
Oh, also, we like to say happy birthday to Jammy Boy, Matt's little man. Happy birthday.
That's Matt's son, James.
Yeah, Jammy Boy. So, we are down by pit lane is not open yet. Do not believe what that says. That means they can pit in for repairs if they need them. Gary having a look at Bruce, having a nibble through Tarzan Corner. That's the only name of a corner that I remember of Zandvoort. Because the original Zandvoort, what they first had for F1 here, they built a golf course on half of it. In the sand dunes. That little fact there for the circuit. I've got a book, I'll go get it later. Tell you more. Smokey and Akbar having a nice little battle near the back, with Peaceful bringing up the rear. At least he's got another Ferrari keeping company. No Monkey Boy tonight. No Sutton. For reasons. Dan is actually pulling away, but with a nice 1.2 second lead from Matt, who's De Silva's having a little look at Overtaker. I'm now focusing on this battle because, well, a couple of the Audis are moving up with Big Boy Brazier and Nexus. Seems to be strapped behind Gary. Liam, who are you watching currently?
At the moment, I'm on Big Boy Brazier. But now, yeah, I'm just, I was on him. I'm now having a look and seeing what else is happening on the track. I'm trying to rest my arms.
Overtaker is actually falling back from Matt. Matt actually gained 0.2 of a second onto Dan in the final sector. Car 29 is off. And Akbar, we've had Impalava's facing the wrong way. Akbar is facing the wrong way. Akbar's car is not moving. Come on, here we go. Yeah, Akbar is away. Will he go into the pits? Impalava look like, oh, that's a bit of a crap pit entry there by Akbar. He crossed the line. You shouldn't do that. I know your car might be damaged. Oh, heavy damage on Impalava's car as well. Look at the front end of that McLaren.
Yeah,
I'm stuck on Matt's point of view at the moment.
Yeah, is he gaining? He looked like he is gaining on the time column on Dan, as Akbar and Impalava are in the pits. Peace will keep going. He'll probably repair his damage soon as the pit window opens. I will now jump to Matt, the lead battle between an orthodox. Oh, Matt is actually right over behind Dan now, like a cheap suit. He's flashing his lights. Oh, look at that. Matt with a cheeky little flash. You'd love to see it. You can tell we're touring car fans here. Right, I'll keep an eye on the lead battle, because it's now getting close. Overtake them to Silver are close together behind as well, with Brees not far off the battle. Ooh, Matt with a power slide through Tarzan. Euro is in the pits, and window is open. He's timed at perfection. He has got some damage.
Oh, quite
So,
interesting then.
yes, Smokey's also in the pits. Akbar and Empalava are still in the pits, and if they've got a lot of damage, that's got to take a long time. Matt is now 0.4 of a second behind Dan. They've definitely dropped Overtaker here and there. Matt, the Bentley looks massive compared with the tiny little Lamborghini, which is only an Audi with fancy Italian clothes. There, check. Akbar now exits pits. Yeah, Akbar is back on the track and now a lap behind the lead, but he has to pit again to do his mandatory pit stop. When that one turns green, that means they have completed their mandatory stop here, like Smoky Devils. Peaceful Explosion's also now in the pits. What we find, a lot of drivers with damage will pit early to repair the car. Liam,
Yes.
Euro's pit stop has finished. He's now away as he exits the pits. Make sure you don't
Peaceful
cross
still
that
in the
hat.
pits.
Euro's not. He's now out. He's on track. Peaceful is still in the pits. Oh, Matt's now 0.2 of a second behind Dan.
Yeah, that is what I'm actually focusing on at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's now back on stream. The big bad Bentley, as they are known as. I did like the Bentley in pre-season testing, but I got lumbered into Ferrari. but I've had some top. Every race I finished in top 10 and not so. It's all good.
Jobs are
And a
fish.
podium at the F1 on Sunday I managed to score.
Oh.
Yeah, and on Sunday night, join Dan Davis in commentary for Formula One at Monza, the Temple of Speed for Formula One. Also, next week for Pro-Am, again we're at Monza, which is excellent. Oh, Matt with the slide. And Orthodox, comfortable lead. Overtakers close the gap a little bit now on that. Matt, flames popping up at the back of his McLaren. He's up to Silver and Brees for close company. Gary in sixth. Big Boy Brazier in seventh. Nexus cutting the corner a little bit there, and that's not going to work, mate. In his Monster Energy coloured Audi, I approve of them colours greatly. So the first person who's been in the pits is Smoky Devil, with Euro in 10th
Big
and
boy
Peaceful
Brazier,
Explosion.
from what it looks like, actually just jumping into the pits now as
Yeah,
well.
Jamie has entered the pits. Will he get the jump on anybody? Empalava is still in the pit lane. He must have catastrophic damage. But if he's got to finish the race, he cannot just sit there in the pit lane and not carry on, because it's been a retirement and a qualifying ban at the next race at Monza. Empalava is away. He heard me. Good old Noah Spalowski. Back to the lead battle. It's now becoming a freeway. Just overtaking it. Ooh, Matt is having a look. He's trying every line possible to get past Dan. Overtaker is now on them, but they're slowing each other down now. De Silva's not far off this battle either. Greece is now behind Gary. What happened there? Did Greece run wide? Did he go for a lunge on De Silva and not make it work? with Gary now in P5. Nexus still in 7th. Jamie now the highest of the pitters. Will the undercut work here for Big Boy Brazier? Over to you, Liam Bostock.
Yeah, all I'm doing at the moment is just sitting and watching my Hemovich at the moment. Just waiting
Me
for
too.
that. Yeah, we're just waiting for that
Bruce and Gary in the pits.
jump.
This pit lane is actually quite small. This is they knocking it down and building Formula 1 pits and changing it for the F1. If we ever race here on F1, you'll see they bank like a couple of corners to make them faster. The track isn't really long enough for Formula 1, but it's the Max Verstappen
Very
effect.
close.
Back to the lead battle. Dan is defending hard from that. Overtaker's now in on this. So is the Silver. Oh, this is fantastic racing here so far by the pros. Gary has completed his pit stop. Just looking at the timing. And Gary is now away. Reese too has completed his pit stop. Jamie has jumped Reese. I'll just quickly go to that. They're side by side into turn 1. Reese on whole tyres. Jamie now looking on the inside.
Oh,
They come together!
contact. Oh, and Jamie's
Jamie's
off.
in the wall. Jamie's in the off.
Ooh.
Ooh, this could be interesting tonight for the stewards. Will Jamie put that in? More than likely, yes. There was contact there between the Audi and the Porsche. My nephew, who's now at 3, can say Porsche. I'm proud of him. I've taught him well with watching motor racing.
Always Overtaker, De Silva, and Nexus are all in the pits at the moment.
Yep, I've got them in the pits. They've all pitted. Is Dan and Matt going to go wrong? Who will blink first to pit first between Unorthodox 16 and Matt Himovich? Matt is rapid through this back section of the track. The Bentley looks like it's coming alive later in this race.
It does.
Will anyone pick up a drive-through or 30-second speeding pit lane penalty? Let's find out, because this pit lane is actually not easy to get into. Believe me, I did 2 races here last night on Pro-Am. Play nice, boys. Mummy D in the chat. And Benedict Varga, that is Nexus in the YouTube chat. Dan and Matt, this is actually really close between the Lambo and Matt has wheeled. Wonder if Dan is suffering the same problem the Lambos seem to have. They seem to just eat their tyres. Matt in the pits. Oh, get it slowed down in time. We won't find out unless if he's not a penalty yet. Overtaker is still in the back part of the circuit. Peaceful Explosion now up to P11, so he's slowly moving up the field.
Very slowly.
He's now got Euro in front of him, but this track doesn't really seem to favour Ferrari either. You would hope Monza next week would favour the Ferrari.
You would have thought so, but...
It is Ferrari after all.
Exactly.
It's not the Ferrari of old when it was Jean Todt, Ross Brawn, Rory Bryan, and a certain Michael Schumacher driving. That was the real Ferrari. Matt now in the still in the pits. Question is, how much damage does he have? He is away. Will he get the jump on Overtaker? Overtaker has jumped Matt.
Oh, but he's in the gravel.
He's in the gravel, but he has jumped Matt.
So Matt has now got to try and catch up.
It looked like the undercut by the Overtaker worked. Because now Matt's got to get his tyres up to temperature again. The Silver's now putting a lap in on Akbar. Dan is completing another lap. We've got 10 minutes of the pit window still open. Dan turns into Tarzan corner. I will go remind me to get that book for race 2 so we could actually do the actual corner names. Most of them have got Bok in them, which must mean turn. Yeah, we're now halfway through the race. Only Dan and Akbar need to do their mandatory stop to change tyres and maybe put some fuel in if you're running the car really lightly. Matt, ooh, stepping
Was
it
Jamie
in the
and Bryce are both side by side again here.
Yep, they've got it as they come up to the chicane at the end of what would become. Oh, contact again! Contact
Ooh.
3 times! There's not a lot of respect there between each
Oh,
other
as
for
Jamie's
space,
actually was stopped there from what it looks like.
This is going to be interesting in the stewards' office, I think.
It will be. It will be indeed.
So, Jamie and Bryce, ooh, that was a bit door banging. Euro's only 2 seconds behind Smokey. Is he actually catching Smokey Devil? That is the question. Right, as well, move over to Unorthodox. Does he come into the pits now? He has quite a good lead over Overtaker. No, he carries on, so he pushes on to get that W. But he still needs to do his mandatory. Overtaker and Matt are now very close. Matt is now 0.5 of a second behind Overtaker. Having a little sniff. The Silver's dropped off a little bit to 2.2 seconds behind Matt. Gary in 5th. Quiet night for Gary, really.
It is. As in 5th though, so not too bad from Gary 131 here.
Not too bad for Jaeger Motorsport either in the championship to score some points. We've only one FU racing car here tonight. We've got both Michael Massey's Mango Lassies. Yeah. That's only one Simplay Racing driver with Peaceful. Empalava for that Buffalo Racing bringing up the rear, but he had major damage. My guess was that will also be put into the stewards. Did him and Akbar come together? Dan now still with a commanding lead, because Overtaker's now coming towards the second hairpin, while Dan is heading towards the final 2 turns. Akbar now in for his mandatory pit stop. So that leaves Unorthodox 16 as the last person to pit. 4 tyres.
We'll see, because he's coming up to where the pits are. He comes in now.
Dan, pit confirm, pit confirm. In.
In. No, ow. Oh, it's too late.
Akbar is away. Akbar has not done his mandatory tyre change. Oh, Akbar. What have you done? You have failed.
Akbar most likely will come back in again.
Akbar has stopped at the end of the row, at the end of pit lane. What is he waiting for Peaceful to go past? It looked like he was.
It looked like it, as when I switched over just a second ago, it did look like he was waiting. The most important question at the moment now, though, is will Mahimovic and the Overtaker be able to
Jump Dan.
Jump Dan?
Dan's tyre stop is now just completed, and he is away. Overtaker's coming across the start-finish line with Matt close behind. Dan has just held on to the lead as he turns into Tarzan. So, Overtaker has closed the gap, but it was pretty close between them 3 before they all filtered through their pit stops.
So only the one person left now for that mandatory pit stop. 5 minutes, well, just under 6 minutes, should I say, on the clock. So he has got plenty of time to be able to do it. It's just a case of when will he do it now?
Well, he has no choice. He's going to have to do it now. He's already fluffed his race up. with if he did make contact with Impalava on the first few laps of this race. But at least he, right, 13 starters, so that's top 7 can't qualify? I need to check with Matt. For race 2, okay, if it's top 7, we've got Big Wood Razor, Euro, Smoky Peaceful, Ogbar, and Impalava in chance for pole. I'll have to check with in the Discord. One sec, Liam, talk away.
Right, this is my golden hour to be able to talk away, as we are going to just keep an eye on this little battle here at the front for Mathew, Overtaker, and the Northern. It is a bit of a three-way battle though, as the Overtaker is just a little bit far off the back of Northern.
They're weaving a little bit to try and break the toe, but
He
this is
does.
actually really close.
As Mathew is all on the back of the Overtaker at minute, maybe unsettling him a little bit. But either way, the person that those two will be going for at the moment is an Orthodubs. The bonus with these two, though, behind an Orthodubs is they have the better car in the corners, whereas an Orthodub has the better car in the straight line. That's where you can see the gap forming a little bit, but then it gets a bit closer coming into the twisty parts of the circuit.
One thing I've noticed, Liam, is there's a lap car ahead of this battle, and it's Impalava. Will he play the team game and try to slow down
He
so the
could.
Overtaker can get past?
He could. We will have to wait and see, though, as last week, I believe it was a 1-3 or a 3-2, or at very least I know V2 that'll buff out. I believe it is. That'll buff out Racing Boys on the podium. So, and they did say
That's through the YouTube chat.
So, I know there was no team orders there, so maybe not again.
Matt is really close to the back of Overtaker.
He is, as you can just see Impalava just there in the distance, and I can imagine an Orthodox has that thought in the back of his mind at the moment that Impalava will try and slow him down, so he's going to try and think strategically about it and see what he can see if he can outmaneuver Impalava going down maybe one of the straights or into the turns, as it actually looks like he's slowed down. As actually these guys are now even closer, and Impalava has basically stayed out the way.
It's close.
It's very close.
Will Overtaker tap down like before last week at Spa? We hope not, because it's just messy. But look at Matt in the Bentley, which still looks massive even compared to the McLaren. And the size of that rear diffuser on that Bentley. Oh, what a car. At least the steering wheel's on the correct side. Jeremy Clarkson quote. But this top 3 battle is close. These are the pros here at Simplay. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Oh, I guarantee you, if we looked at Matt's stream right now, he will be really pushing.
He will be very concentrated, I can imagine, as Ugbar still not came in to do his mandatory pit stop, and only 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the timer.
Yeah, it could be a glitch. He could have actually done it. It's not refreshed on our screens. But my guess is he hasn't done it. Impalava 3 laps down. We'd love to know what happened on lap 1, or whatever lap it was. I can't remember because we were watching the battles. But the closest battle is the battle here for the lead. But Nexus is not far behind Greece for 6th place. Jamie now 8 seconds behind Nexus. This really seems to be not an Audi circuit tonight. Jamie must have quite a bit of damage, Joe, after all that rubbing.
He will do, as
I flick back to the lead battle. Dan's just got to be smooth and calm, Gen 4, to quote NASCAR. But with the pressure of Overtaker and Mathew behind him. The last Project Cars 2 champion with the Overtaker for Season 7 before we moved over to this game because with EA putting support for Project Cars 2. Pit window has now closed. Akbar cannot do his mandatory pit stop. You can see how Overtaker... Mummy D in the chat, I don't know if I can watch, but you have to. This is racing.
Let's have a go.
Overtaker was sideways tied through the final turn. It's giving Matt the run. They're now side by side in the turn one. Matt's giving him the space. Good driving there by Matt. All bit curb hop, and you don't want to do that too much because it will unsettle the car. Words are hard, okay?
Sometimes I struggle with words. I say sometimes. The majority of the time I struggle with words, let's be honest.
I struggle with words when I've tried hard not to swear.
I think we all do, to be fair.
Oh, Akbar's off the road. Akbar's off the road ahead of this battle. The leaders come round. Akbar is facing the wrong way. He is rated before he can rejoin. He's got a nice gap now with the silver moved. Oh, and he hits the wall for good measures. Guys in the chat, my crystal ball says Overtaker will smash someone off. Well, keep watching to find out.
Keep watching to find out. Yes. That's what you need to do, people. Keep watching, like, subscribe, press the bell notification, you can find out.
Oh, Overtaker twitchy through there. When I hear swearing and banging, I know what's happened. Mummy D in the chat. Yep, remember to tune in on Sundays for Formula 1. We are at Monza this week. Will I get a podium in the feature race? By playing at Smart with Tyres, will the race be wet, or will we actually have a dry feature race for change? Most of this season we've had wet races. And Liam's missed them mostly.
Yes, but work.
Matt have it now all over the back of Overtaker. The Bentley clearly looks like the stronger car. Easy target. The silver, this top three have dropped the silver. The silver's out 5 seconds behind them. Gary, further, well, I'll let you know once you go through the timing loop. 11 seconds behind the silver. Greece a second now behind Gary. 2.4 seconds to Nexus. Jamie, who must not be happy. with that defence by Breeze coming in. This is a very tight circuit though. Oh, cameraman can't find Euro's car. Well done, cameraman.
Might need sacking.
They're almost as bad as the ones on Project Cars. Both were quite bad. Well, over to you, Liam, quickly.
Yeah, we still got our eyes on this front battle at the moment. The final lap now for the leaders. Mathew looking out for a move on the overtaker. Oh, looks like there's a bit of a bump between the two. Oh, as he is off.
He is off.
Yeah, Matt's slowing down.
Slows down for what it looks like to let him back past. To get going, but it looks like an orthodox could...
Overtaker's now off the road again. What's Matt to do? If he's just got to drive off the road, now De Silva's in this battle for the second place, as Dan now has a nice, comfortable lead in front. Evening, Kelly, in the chat. How are you this evening? Hope you're doing well, buddy.
We're going to keep an eye on this little battle here.
I just feature some of the other drivers. Smokey in 10th. He's been off the road. His car's heavily damaged again. Peaceful only 12 seconds behind Smokey. Akbar is couple of laps behind now in 12th, also with a little bit of damage. Empalava is 2.6 seconds behind Akbar, so Empalava might actually get a lot position. Well, he will, because Akbar will get a penalty for not changing his tyres. As we move over to back to Dan, Akbar's off the road. He is looking at the circuit as Dan comes round the final corner, accelerates, has a little celebratory wiggle, and wins race 1 here tonight at Zandvoort. Overtaker and Matt. Overtaker with second, Matt third, De Silva fourth.
Oh, it looks like Bryce is on the back of Gary, but won't do it as Gary.
As Gary comes home in P5. Good result by Gary. Bruce in 6th. Nexus will be in 7th. As Empalava crosses the line to come P12, so he does make it up. Big Boy Brazier crosses the line in 8th. Euro looked like it was on a stampede to come 9th. Akbar will get a time penalty, no doubt, for failing to change his tyres. There it is, 130 seconds time penalty. As we wait for Smokey Dave on a peaceful explosion to finish this race.
Smokey just off the road a little bit there. As Smokey Devil comes around the final turn now to go onto the start straight and finishes in 10th. And then peaceful explosion, the final car, just coming around onto the straight now to finish in 11th.
Yeah. So our results for race 1. Unorthodox from Overtaker, Mathew in 3rd, 4th to Silver, 5th Gary, 6th Bruce, 7th Nexus, 8th Big Boy Brazier, 9th Euro, 10th Smoky Devil, 11th Peaceful Explosion, 12th Empalava, and 13th is Akbar.
That was a very interesting race 1. Hopefully we can carry the momentum over into race 2.
As we go to break.
Hello, and we are back for your second qualifying now, as we're going to do the interviews. As we're going to start with Mathew and Matt. Not the greatest end to your race there, but P3 nonetheless.
Yeah, good race. I had to overtake her. Apologies to that. Obviously, I let him go. I saw him then have another wiggle. I thought I'd let him go again. It was his race for second place because I couldn't pass him.
Yeah, whereas I was going to say, what actually happened there is I know there was a bit of contact, and then there was a bit of a blind spot as Overtaker actually comes off just a little bit further down.
Just tried to a little bit later on the brakes to go up the inside. Looked like he moved across a little bit with the brake lights still on. But it's one of them. It's not going to fuss. I'm not going to be bothered about it. It happened. I tapped him. I was never going to get second place. He needed to make a mistake because this track is just a bugger to overtake around. So I was never getting second place in that race. So, yeah, so it's one of them.
Is obviously not being able to qualify for race 2. What are you looking to do from pretty much the back of the pack?
Well, hopefully get in front of Dan, because you're either slow or it were mind games, and he says it was slow off air, but you can never trust unorthodox from Cornwall. He's one of these that likes to play games. He keeps saying last week he's in my head, so I don't know if you're in my head again or what, but no, hopefully just stay out of trouble opening couple of laps. It seemed, I haven't seen the back of the grid yet, it seemed pretty clean at the get-go. I think there was one incident with Mike and that was about it. The whole night has seemed pretty clean so far. As long as no one starts sending it into the chicane like a madman, we'll be all right.
Well done for your P3. Cheers, and good luck for race 2.
Well done to Overtaker and the mastermind.
As we do now go over to second place of the Overtaker is, as Matt says through that just near the end of that race, it was a bit of tit for tat between you two. Just talk us through what you was thinking during that time when there was obviously fighting and there was obviously that contact.
Yeah, I mean, it was super intense racing between us three. We were in the 1 second for all the race, so I knew the pace these guys had.
Show them what you got.
So last lap, I just felt that when he's gonna try something into the first or the last corner, because he was a bit quicker than me, and I just saw the big Bentley closing in my mirrors, and I knew he was gonna hit me because he tried the move, I think, but he realized he's not gonna make it because he was too far back and spun me around. So, but yeah, he waited for me. I got a little bit of damage, but managed to take P2 home, so I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, you look quite quick in the McLaren tonight, as well as obviously being able to outpace Matt at times. Just talk us through what you felt while driving around the track in terms of the feel of the car and all that, especially after the contact.
After the contact, it was really 1 lap to go, so I mean, but yeah, otherwise the car isn't great around here, as you can see. I think I was the faster McLaren of us three, and it just doesn't suit the track because it's too narrow and too twisty for it to make something work. So I'm super happy with P2. I don't think I could get Dan at the end, maybe if he made a mistake, but that's it.
Yeah, and obviously not being able to qualify for the second race. What are you looking to do from the back of the pack?
It's hard to say because I'm starting in front of Dan and Matt for the first time into these races, so I think I can be a bit cautious this time around, and especially because it's so hard to overtake her. So track position is going to be key for this race.
So well done for your P2 and good luck in the second race, as we do now go over to your race winner of Unorthodox, as Dan, you was just dominant through that race.
Dominant wasn't the word I was going to use, but yeah, it was a race that was I was on the edge most of the race because these two were very, very quick overall race pace, but yeah, the car was just feeling twitchy and horrible. And even though Matt says that he thinks it was mind games. It genuinely was. I was struggling with the car at that point. It does not like this track at all. But hey, I finally got a race win on ACC, so I can't complain.
Yeah, if I'm correct, it's actually your first race win for ACC. If I'm correct, yes.
It is, yeah.
So I can imagine, like you say, you're quite happy with that, then, yeah.
If I'm honest, I wasn't expecting it around here. The quality lap really kind of sealed the deal. I knew that qualifying was going to be important, and I knew corner 1 was going to be important. So getting to the front row was the goal, and I just nailed the qualifying lap. Couldn't go any better, couldn't find any more time. And at that point, I knew that was it. I couldn't go any more. So if these boys outdid me in qualifying, then fair play, because that was all I had. But yeah, my race pace was just not there compared to these two. I knew that they'd be scrapping over one another when they came out the pits, so I just went longer to hope that they were too busy fighting one another, and came back out only just. And again, the pressure's just were not coming to my car quick enough. So yeah, it was a good scrap, and finally we had a good wheel-to-wheel battle with me, Matt, and Overtaker. So yeah, it was great. It was great to see.
Yeah, so obviously not being able to qualify for race 2 as well, just like the other two, and actually starting behind the Overtaker. What are you looking to do, at least through that race?
It's just, I say it every week, but you just don't know what's going to happen. Just try and keep your nose clean and stay out of trouble. Anything can happen. Mid-pack, probably the worst place for me to be, but we just do what we can do. If I end up in an incident, then we just have to try and recover it. If not, then it's whoever survives, really. That's all it is.
Well done for your first race win in ACC, and good luck going into race 2.
Cheers, man, and congratulations to Matt and Overtaker. That was a great scrap, and yeah, let's go for race 2.
It's PN. It just seemed like quite a few happy boys there in the chat there. What would you say? Yeah.
Yeah, they all appear quite happy. That was a good battle to watch and commentate on. And currently, for his got to be his 100th race start in Simplay, Empalava's on provisional pole.
Oh.
As I've been watching the qualifying happening right now. With Peaceful second, and Euro third, Big Boy Brazier in fourth. Again, this track does not look like it's suiting the Audi. No, Akbar's not yet done a clean lap. Neither has Smokey Devil, as the cameraman can't find him again. Well done, cameraman, just sacked. So it's Empalava, he dirtied that lap up. Akbar's not on a clean lap. Jamie is, as is Smokey. As we are here at Zandvoort for race 2, this is the hour-long race of many corners.
Yeah, indeed.
So Liam, who's your thoughts to take this race win in race 2? Who should we jinx?
Who should we jinx? That is a hard one, in all fairness. Pian, as it's very based on if you can keep the pace, especially if you're able to qualify for this second race. It's all to do with if you can keep the pace and stay at the front. You can't really look away from when it comes to the top 8, I believe, top 6 for the race. First race, you're always going to be quicker, but I'm gonna jinx the Overtaker.
Well, I think I might join you. Well, actually, De Silva is maybe going to start about 7th. Because what decides that is where you get in onto the session. So I always make sure I get in the session first in case I don't have to qualify. So I'm the highest non-qualifier. Yeah, little tip. And as we say hello to James in chat, that's James from F1, I believe. Can you stop Williams a little bit in the Williams? Cheers. Thanks. Jamie's now second. Jamie is now second in the Audi. Empalava has a huge wiggle. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought again. Akbar or Nor Smokey have done set a clean lap yet, but Akbar might actually get one now as he comes towards the
Oh,
That's Jamie off the road. Where's Akbar coming? That's not the line. Or it might be the line, it might be the new line.
As this might be a happy man if you can keep it
Peaceful's
where
on
it is
provisional
peaceful.
pole.
Ooh, Peaceful jumped the pole in the Ferrari.
Yeah,
Plava
he
is
will be a
on the
very happy
clean
man
lap.
if he can keep it there.
Oh yes, he would. Oh, Peaceful Explosion. There's already stewards inquiries going in, by the way. Yeah, we've had one in already. Oh, Peaceful's doing a
talking of
lost
him,
it.
and we've got it on stream.
I think too many of us was watching him at that one point.
Yeah, he ain't got time to come out to get another lap in, like either.
He needs to
Unless
hope
he
that the
hammers
last
it around.
4 people
I'm on
can't do
Emplava.
better.
As Empalava, who will make his 100th race start for race 2 here at Simplay
And he goes
Motorsport.
back on pole.
Yep. Empalava back on pole position in the McLaren, as he's probably now done now, as he's all on the marbles. Well done. Jamie, you look like he's done. He's in the pits. Akbar is now starting a lap, so if we move to Smokey, because he's Euro first, because Euro's closer to the line. In the Ferrari, in the greyish blue Ferrari. I don't know what colour that is. I think he's gone for the unpainted look. But that won't really work because it'll be carbon fibre. If it won't painted. Because that's what most of these race cars are like for GT3s. This is a very narrow circuit, too narrow really for GT cars. Euro coming through the final turn. Does he improve his lap to get higher on the grid for the Ferrari? He does not. As we jump to Smoky Devil. Where does Smoky Devil go? P5 for Smoky Devil. Akbar is still circulating. Will Peaceful... No, Peaceful's not done this. He's got 12 seconds left. Is he going to get across the line to get a final lap in? He's got to hammer it now. Is this time to perfection? He's done it. He's made it across. Peaceful might be the last pole here in the Ferrari. As Akbar now comes round the final couple of corners in the Audi for Terminal Velocity Motorsport. Akbar, where does he now start for race 2? Qualifies P6.
6.
Pit 6th place for Akbar. Empalava is done. Big Boy Brazy is done. So is Euro. But they're all done. So it's now just Smoky Devil and Peaceful Explosion who just timed that crossing the line. So, I'm impressed. Liam,
Hello.
over to you.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, we're at the end of the qualifying. We're just awaiting the cars to drive across the line now. As the final car on the grid, actually, should I say, is Smoky Devil, who gets a bit of a slide there. Come around the final corner, onto the start straight, and crosses the line.
No improvement either. And now as we move finally to Peaceful Explosion, who must have had milliseconds to spare to cross that line. If he makes it to the podium, we'll have to ask him that.
As we do await,
Peaceful.
will he improve?
Peaceful
He will
does.
not. Oh, does he?
No,
Second place.
he stays second, but so Empalava for his 100th race start here at Simplay qualifies on pole position with Peaceful Explosion second, Big Boy Brazy a third, Euro in fourth, Smoky Devil fifth, Akbar sixth, and the first of the non-qualifiers is the Silver, then Overtaker, and off the dubs, Matahimovic. Greece is now left the session to go to work, so there's only going to be 12 cars starting this race. So the last person on the grid is Gary in the Bentley. Here we go. Are we ready for the hour-long slog of the Zandvoort, which is probably returning for next season, unfortunately.
Fortunately.
Unfortunately.
Oh, and fortunately.
Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of Zandvoort. Oh, and I forgot to give a book about the corner names, didn't I?
Oops.
And I'm not bothering to Google it. Because that means trying to look at a tiny screen. As the drivers make their final preps, sort out their fuel loads, and their pit stop strategies, like what pressures do they change their tyres to, and how much fuel do they put in the car. As we've got final 30 seconds to go. Impalava, 100th race, and he starts it from pole position. Well done,
20
Ed.
seconds.
Bravo. Bravo, Ed. Norris Palupson. 10 seconds.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Can't even speak.
Liam's lost for words because he's had too many cans of Monster.
Probably that one.
Tony's just had a coffee.
I've had a what?
Coffee, tea, pizza.
A little while ago.
And did not move away that properly from the roll on start, but correctly rectified. We've got that purple Audi in third. Right, I've got Peaceful. I've watched straight start from Peaceful's perspective in the Ferrari with Euro behind him. All the drivers give each other respect at the start and, realise the tyres are cold.
They are going to be very cold, as well as the brakes, especially coming in.
Oh, we lost Liam. Into turn one, which is quite a hard braking zone.
There's a PlayStation. I said the banned word again.
Green light. Go, go, go.
And it's lights out, and away we go. De Silva moves over to the right. Pixel now takes the lead from the start as he stampeded into turn one. Yeah, De Silva with a massive start there. And here. Pixel leads, Amen Palava. De Silva is up to third. Big Boy Brazier dropped down to fourth. Euro and Akbar have come together. Smokey has hit Mathew on the right into the second hairpin. It's just not enough camera angles. So Akbar and Euro look like they've come together, so I expect that in as well. Peaceful Explosion with a nice second lead into race 2. Come on. Forza Ferrari. Long way to go.
Viva la Ferrari.
Forza the Ferrari. Yeah. Then Palava in the McLaren. De Silva also in the McLaren, who got a cracking start there. Big Boy Brazier in fourth in the Audi. And Orthodubs is up to fifth. Nexus is in sixth. Gary in seventh, who started last, by the way. Overtaker eighth.
It looks like Empalava was in the gravel there.
As I go to Empalava, he was in the gravel. As he loses the position to De Silva. Dan's having a look all over the back of Jamie. Nexus is with him. It's an Audi sandwich. Actually, though, it isn't really an Audi sandwich. That Lamborghini's an Audi as well. As the pit window will open 20 minutes into this race.
Oh,
Smokey, Euro, Akbar bringing up the rear. No, he is still circulating. Peaceful now with nearly a 2-second lead here in the Ferrari. And there is De Silva in second, but De Silva will probably start closing the gap. Empalava now in third, Jamie in fourth, holding off unorthodox. Nexus
I'm watching at the moment.
Nexus is very wide with Gary beside him. The cameraman's lost the cars again. Well done, cameraman. Nexus has touched the gravel and he's into the wall. Gary's lost it. Into another wall. Walls. Fantastic sausages and ice creams. Akbar has lost it. Akbar's lost it into the second hairpin. Ooh. I didn't want to hit that button. Peaceful now with a 0.9 second lead as Silver slowly hunts him down. Emperor the third. Jamie and Orthodubs battling away here for fourth. Matt up to sixth, overtakes seventh. Gary is eighth and with probably quite a heavily damaged car right now. Smokey has moved up. We've got to go through a timing loop for him to update. There's Nexus, Euro in 11th, Akbar in last. Well, 12th. The question is, can Peaceful hold off the advances of De Silva?
We'll have to say he has. He might. Well, I mean, we're 5 minutes into the race, so
It's still a long
with a bit of
way.
luck, but we are watching. I'm watching him, so
I've currently
we'll
got
find
Peaceful
out.
on and De Silva because the next closest battle is Dan and Jamie for P4. Matt and Overtaker are not that far behind them either, so this could become a good four-way, fatal four-way if you're into your wrestling. The Undertaker. Gary has definitely got a little bit of damage there for that wall contact. Smokey is holding off Nexus, who must also have damage for some wall contact. Euro will have damage from his contact with Akbar. And Akbar's car's falling apart.
Dan's having a look on Jamie.
As Dan and Jamie are side by side into the chicane.
Jamie keeps it though.
Jamie does defend well.
Mahimovic is all on the back of Unorthodox here as well.
And Overtaker's with Matt. So it is close between these guys for Pro. As De Silva is in the lead. De Silva's taking the lead from Peaceful Explosion. It happened in the final corner. Overtaker's in the wall. I would have a look down on the replay, but you'll want to see the live feed. Euro in 11th. Akbar. Yeah. Bit of screen time with Akbar. Matt is now, with Overtaker probably for quite a heavy damaged car. Yeah, he's had a fair whack on the wall. I don't know what happened, but I'm sure if there's contact with another car, we will find out about it in the stewards. Jamie is holding off the advances of Dan. But Dan is liking this, and he must be liking this. Jamie's license has gone up to Pro, by the way. Like mine. Well, my SA dropped by 2 points yesterday. Thanks, Ardy. Peaceful still hanging in on the back of the Silver. There's battles everywhere. Where do we look? Overtaker has Gary behind him, but all these cars here must have a good 10 seconds of damage added to their pit time. Maybe more with Akbar. Akbar might be about a minute. Yeah, the Silver is slowly dropping Peaceful Explosion. With
Very
Empalava.
slowly. Peaceful could still have a comeback. Oh, that's Matt in the wall.
Matt's in the wall. Oh, hold your brakes, hold your brakes, hold your brakes. I don't know what happened there. Oh!
That was surely an unsafe rejoin there.
Oh, Matt, who
That
walked
was
this up.
That was definitely a heart attack moment for Euro there.
Euro
Wow.
probably saw everything going through his mind and think, oh no, I'm in a Ferrari, that's a Bentley, that's a tank. So now
that's probably the PG version of what I was thinking.
Yeah,
yes.
well, we could only do the PG-13 version
exactly.
here in stream. If I was streaming on my own, it'd be a lot more. Yeah. Jamie in fourth, so the battle for... Ooh, Jamie is actually caught Empalava. So is the Audi coming good here? Peaceful's now 1.3 seconds behind De Silva. And Orthodubs has lost a little bit of time to Big Boy Brazier, and I've noticed I'm getting hungry. Gary now up to P7, Nexus in P8,
Oops.
Euro 9th, Matt 10th, Smokey in 11th. Bringing up the rear is Akbar with his very battle-worn Audi. As we jump back to the lead with the silver, pulling away now to about 2 seconds as he crosses the line. Now, 1.9 seconds. Empalava, Dan's lost a little bit of time to Jamie. He's now 2 seconds off the back of Jamie. Maybe he's having the issues with like he did with race 1, where the car just doesn't want to maintain tyre pressures, as he was saying in the interviews. Overtaker battling his car. Larry, Nexus, Euro, Nahimovic, Smokey, Akbar. Closest battle is Empalava and Big Boy Brazier. That's what I want to know. Oh, cameraman, you're sacked.
Cameraman needs sacking.
Those responsible for the sacking have been sacked.
Ah, right.
For
Everyone's
those who
been sacked at this point.
for those who know what I'm referencing, I am referencing Monty Python.
I've never watched it. Bar from Life of Brian.
This is from Holy Grail.
Never understood that film.
Oh, it's fantastic. Empalava, Big Boy Brazier. Will Jamie touch the grass going into the chicane? As it ends about a second behind Peaceful now. Or was it about 3? It'd be about 3 seconds. Not a second. I've got between the leaders on the tiny screen. Peaceful now just over a second behind De Silva. He gained some time on De Silva. He's now 1.7 seconds behind Jamie. Dan has Overtaker.
Closing up on Dan.
Overtaker starting to have it go in the hunt of Dan. Gary a further 1.5 seconds behind Overtaker. I will have a look. Tony, if you have a look at Matt's stream, you can see how much damage he's got or something. Jamie is right on Empalava. Will Jamie, my teammate in Formula 1 at Ferrari, and we had a double podium on Sunday. Oh! Did End lose it?
Lost it.
End lost it. Or did Jamie touch it? End lost
Didn't
it.
look like it. I think he lost it on his own.
So, Empalava loses out as a third place. He's dropped behind Gary. As Jamie's now in third hunting down on Peaceful Explosion. He's about 3 seconds behind him. It doesn't look like there's any damage to the front of Jamie's car, so my guess did just lose it.
Certainly looked that way on the stream that I got.
Peaceful Explosion now 4 seconds off the back of Euro. He just cannot keep with that McLaren.
Akbar.
What? Akbar's very slow. Very, very slow as he enters the pits. This is too early, Akbar, for the window. He's been off again. Look at that car. It is absolutely wrecked. He's probably got a meatball flag, to be honest. He is streaming on YouTube from Akbar.
Oh, so maybe be able to see a bit of a POV of his view and see what's going on.
Quite a few drivers now have started streaming their POV, because where's N-Dubs? Smithy? Hello, evening Smithy, by the way. N-Dubs is currently 4th, but he has the Overtaker.
Jamie again.
Yeah, hunting down Jamie again. Has Jamie made a mistake? That is the question. Like, touch grass. Akbar in the pits.
That's the closest battle on track at the moment, anyway.
Unorthodox Jamie and Overtaker. Yeah, I see no bad. 4th bad side, so. Gary close. Impalava's Overtaker's car clearly does have damage. So it'll
And
be interesting.
Orthodox is right, pretty much right
Gone
up
for
the
a
rear with Big
snooze.
Boy Brazier here.
Yes. Peaceful Explosion now 4.5 seconds off the back of the lead. This is the closest battle on track. Maybe Impalava and Nexus with 0.5 between them two drivers. Overtaker as the car comes.
Ooh, he goes for a move.
There's contact!
And Orthodox will not be happy with that.
No, I might guess if some of it could be Jamie lagged into he, but I've not actually seen Jamie lag.
I haven't, as the
No,
Overtaker's right on the rear of Big Boy Brazier now after that.
now it's the battle of the pad users between Jamie and Overtaker. This is the battle of the pads here in Pro.
The battle of the pads.
I mean,
I like
I'm a pad user and I struggle with some circuits. Being on pad. But,
He's down to 10th.
oh, oh, he's off again. Dan is off again, is there? A lot of damage to the Lamborghini. The sole Lamborghini here tonight. He might have overheated his tyres with the spin. And they just don't want to cool down. As we go back to the battle between Big Boy Brazier and the Overtaker. Overtaker's now over the back of Jamie. Question is, will there be contact here? There's been contact race 2's not been as clean as race 1. Liam.
Sorry, I'm spacing out here.
Race 2 has not been as clean as race 1.
Asleep.
No falling asleep, Tony. No wrecking of the warehouses. No throwing animal mud. No, yes. No, yeah, it's been quite tit for tat between quite a lot of the drivers.
Impalava's slowing. He's being passed by Euro. Yeah, he's now got Mathew behind him as well, who's actually caught Euro up. No swearing yet. No, there's no swearing yet. Well, from Dan. But maybe D reporting of what Unorthodox is up to.
Gonna grind him.
No, that's Jamie's mum.
Oh yeah.
Jamie's still holding off Overtaker. Peaceful's now 6.5 seconds off the back of the silver. Oh, it looks close. Overtaker's that's not the quickest line through there. Because Jamie's car's just got a washout in front of you. Smokey's off. Yellow flags in sector 2. He's moving again. Oh, Kelly's on the glass behind these two. Jamie defending into the chicane. Chicane or bock. Something. Overtaker on the grass. I've not seen any lag on Jamie's then on our streams. To Silver now at 10. We're 3 minutes away from the pit window opening. Who will pit first? Because there's quite a few damaged cars here now. I think the Silver and Peacefuls are the cleanest. And my chair just squeaked. Sorry if anyone heard that. Gary in 5th. He's been rallycrossing. I'm all for rallycrossing. And Palavas now has Matt close behind him. And Orthodox 7 seconds behind Matt, and probably not happy with Jamie. Akbar is circulating again. He's repaired his car. See, that's much better. Your Audi looks now. I know this game is tough, but De Silva's having a wiggle. I just caught it.
Ooh. The Silver is leading by a by a mile and a half there, though.
I was just going to say, he's out front having a cigar.
Yeah. Time he gets into the pits, he might have time to change the engine. But he did have a slight wiggle, whereas we go back from the battle to third. Overtaker's back on Jamie. And Overtaker might go for a lump. No, he's clipped the curve in the first part of the chicane. I saw his car launch in the air. You don't want to do that too often, because in this game, you can break your suspension.
And that's closing in on Enclave further back there.
Overtaker again on the grass. He's just pushing so hard. Oh, Jamie's on the grass. And there's Peaceful turning turn one. But despite De Silva having a little bit of a slide, he's still 7.9 seconds in the lead. Gary forever 1.6 seconds behind Big Boy Brazier and Overtaker, probably thinking, please come together so I can nick through for third. Thank you. Nexus 2.6 behind Gary. Matt is still on the back of Empalava. Thinking, please pit window, hurry up and open. 8.8, so Mike's had a bad first sector. Big Boy Bracy is still defending and get Overtaker. He must be bored of seeing a McLaren behind him. I wish it was the only fans of McLaren from British G2 last year. Yeah. You got a hat, didn't you, Liam, when you saw him at Donington?
I have got a hat.
For OnlyFans?
A very special hat that only fans can have.
Hey. Oh, Overtaker's hit Jamie! And he's flashing his light, sorry, but no, that was you!
Oh.
Overtaker hit Jamie. Jamie has to brake for the corner.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's all starting to kick off.
Oh, we praised them all in the first race, and now look at the second race. It's just degrading.
Meanwhile, Euro's been caught by Empalava and Natahimovic. It's a three-way battle for three manufacturers, one Italian, one British. Pit window is now open, and one German British car. Unorthodox is the first man in the pits. On who was that backwards? It's Empalava. Empalava's lost it. As Dan comes into his pit store now in the Lamborghini, first to pit. Like about 3 laps behind everybody, and he's on his marks. We jumped to the silver. Oh, Empalava's still struggling to get the car going. Yeah, I know how you feel. This was me at Azerbaijan and the F1 not being able to get the ground of the car round. I know all their feelings. Smoky Devil's also in the pits.
People actually starting to pit now. The pit window's only just opened as well.
But how damaged are their cars? So that'd be why they're pitting already. Does De Silva take a nice early pit stop? He's got loads of time. He's nearly 10 seconds in the lead to the Peaceful Explosion. Reminder that drivers cannot pit when their teammates are in the pits. But people like Dan, Peaceful, their teammate isn't racing this week, so they are able to pit when they feel like. Dan is away and back moving as he goes through. Oh, Empalava's spun it again. Oh, no. Yeah, your 100th race is just deteriorating.
Matt's going into the pits as he's Euro.
Overtaker's pitting. Matt's pitting. Euro's pitting. Smokey's still in the pits repairing the damage. Smokey's away. Matt on his stops. Overtaker. Empalava cannot pit while Overtaker's in there though. De Silva is coming up to nearly to lap Dan. Oh, over 10 seconds leading to De Silva. He really likes race twos, don't he, De Silva?
He does. It's the best time for a driver to be able to strike, especially with it being the reverse grid. Anything can happen on the start, and clearly De Silva's managed to get away with it lightly.
Well, Peaceful's
Overtaker's away.
Overtaker is now exiting the pits. Keep this side of the line, well done. Euro is now away. Empalava is now in the pits, but Overtaker is out.
Matt's away.
Matt is away with a less Bentley. Empalava's now in for probably a very long time. His 100th race is not going to plan. As we move back to the silver, 11 seconds in front of Peaceful Explosion. Gary a further 9 seconds behind Peaceful. Then Nexus 0.9 of a second behind. Jamie's in the pits. Jamie is pitted. He must have lost the places when he pitted. Yeah, he would have done. But will he get a nice handy undercut as Smokey crosses the line in his what's meant to be purple car, but it's clearly blue. Not Euro, to silver. Euro's that moment lap behind, but it will all filter around as cars will pit for the mandatory stop to change that one into a green. Hopefully Ugbar's got his pit stops set correctly. Jamie's car's now on the ground as he's completed his stop and is away. Will he jump Overtaker as Overtaker now comes down the start finish line? Jamie has jumped Overtaker. We're kept in front of Overtaker. So Jamie is the highest car who's not pitted. Nexus, who's probably getting bored of the backup to Gary's Bentley, will he pit for repair damage? Look at that Audi. Oh, he's wide in the final turn. Peaceful. Having a quite steady race. In P2, Euro, even though I was actually looking at the silver. Well done, cameraman. And the art of being seen is not being seen. Peaceful maintaining. Gary is the closest battle now is between Gary and Nexus. So Liam, we're not even halfway through this race yet, and most of the field
gap at the front so far.
Yep.
Yeah.
And most of the cars have made their their only pit stop in theory, unless they've got serious damage.
Hey, if you think about it, in reality, at Spa, by this point, pretty much everyone already pitted anyway, so...
And at Spa, that was a long pit lane. Very long pit lane. Compared with the version we had for Formula 1 on the Sunday. Gary's wide. The man from Suffolk. I know it well, because that's close to me. Is Gary feeling the strain? The silver don't pit yet. Peaceful does Peaceful pit? No, Peaceful carries on. Does Nexus or Gary, the closest battle currently in under the race? No, neither of them pit. No, random noises. Dan is only a second behind Overtaker, so Dan has actually caught up a little bit, maybe, by pushing hard. Look at Dan go. He's just got to dig deep.
Silver's just lapped Ugbar.
Ugbar going and a further lap behind. So, end of the season when it comes, because we're over the halfway point now in this ACC season for both Pro and Pro-Am. Who do you think's going to get promoted from Pro-Am? Liam?
Oh god, you put me on the spot here. I'm going to say a long shot here. I'm going to be so nice, and I'm going to say you.
Well, if I go on their SA rating, then it will be me. Well, my SA did drop last night because of a certain Porsche driver making heavy contact with me, which I'm not happy about.
And there's nothing we can do about either.
No, the silver's pitting. The silver is pitting. Does Peaceful follow him into the pits? He's about 15 seconds behind the Silver there. And here comes the Ferrari of Peaceful. Yep, Peaceful Explosion comes into the pits as well. Oh, please couldn't stop the time.
Yes, he got it.
Oh, that was close. Will Gary pit? No, Gary does not pit, and therefore will lead this race from Nexus. Nexus is having a nice little look in the Monster Energy coloured Audi. Don't have too many energy drinks, guys, because they're not good for you, Liam.
What was that? Sorry.
Don't have too many energy drinks. They're not good for you, really. Nothing we drink is good for you.
I mean, you know, once you've had 3, the others just follow. It's just like a nice, nice cold beer. You just keep having them.
3. Most I've drinking today
Silver's
was
on his
4.
way out.
The Silver has completed his pit stop and he clear track. Good stop by De Silva. He's got a lovely bit of clear road there. Peaceful is now away. He's got Empalava coming down the pit straight. But Empalava's now a lap behind. Yeah, Peaceful, good stop. Just leaves Akbar to complete his mandatory stop, and Gary and Nexus to do them as well. As they come into the chicane, oh, Gary's looking loose. He's just still wheel on his iron board like it used to be. Nexus behind, and I hope he can confirm in them. Oh, Gary's wide on the carrots and the gravel. He hasn't got the MFB from Grand Tour, so Nexus pits. Oh, please get it stopped in time. Oh, that could be close. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's Akbar coming in. Oh, teammates pitting at the same time.
Oh
Ooh,
dear.
You're at the
dear.
halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Tut. I'm just gonna quickly put it here. Someone remind me that it's in the stewards chat. Quickly. So, Liam.
Hello.
We're over to Gary as I just go to stewards chat. For ACC. As I do this quickly, so it's also a reminder for myself to put a ticket in for it. Drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Akbar.
Oh dear. Not only has he got in he's parked up on the gravel as well now. Not only is he going to be...
he's returned to pits, now he's got to wait for 2 minutes. So...
Not only has he pitted at the same time as his teammate, he's also got a drive-through and retired to the pits.
You can retire to the pits if the car's undrivable, but that was not undrivable.
That was just straight out the pits.
Yeah, that was just straight out the pits, so...
Maybe he did a season 2 at Spa. For those who knows what happened season 2 or season 3 at Spa in the Pro-Am with a certain driver, pedals might have cut out.
But his wheel might have disconnected. That is very true. It does happen.
It does happen.
It's happened to Smokey last week in Formula 1, and a few times his wheels disconnected.
Happened plenty of times, air quote, to a certain somebody with the air quotes closing.
Is it to you, Liam?
What?
Has it happened to you where your pedals disconnect and you just
The wheel, yes. The pedals, I was on about another Wakasaki, but I mean, yeah.
Oh, you mean Dean? I don't have that problem because I use a controller.
You just get controller drift.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting the DualSense Edge eventually from the PS5. And then you can just change the sticks for 20 quid. And I'll just get moving position, because those who don't know, I suffer from physical problems. Will Gary pit this lap? He's got
And I
7.
suffer from mental problems.
De Silva is being held up a little bit by the lap car of Smokey Devil. Well, no, Smokey lets him through. Or does he? Blue flag rule needs looking at because there's a lot of drivers who are being lapped do race you. I've had it even in the F1 where a lap car has raced me. When Gary's still circulating, not pitted yet. He's got 6 minutes left of the pit window. Peaceful net P2, but Nexus is on him. Has Peaceful had a peaceful pirouette? But look at the damage on the side of Nexus' car.
Heard of a while.
Look at the damage on the side of Nexus' car.
Is this the left or the right we're on about?
Both sides. Oh, he's on the grass. He's on the grass. This is now.
Door rubbing.
Oh, Overtaker's lost it.
Yep, I just got him. There's the Overtaker. He's had a little dive on Jamie again. Because Jamie's the closest car, along with Northerdubs.
I don't think he was close enough. He just seemed to lose it on his own.
Matt is in front of Euro. Matt's not. Matt's race 2's just turned a pot, really.
Yeah. Not the race 2 he would have been wanting, but either way, points nonetheless.
Closest battle currently now, but even though Nexus and Akbar will be in trouble for being in the pits at the same time, now it won't matter because Akbar returned to pits. But if he doesn't come back out, that's classed as a retirement, and he will get another qualifying ban for race 1 next week at Monza. Gary is finally in the pits. Gary is finally into the pits. He's the last man really to do his mandatory stop apart from Akbar, but I don't think he's got it set correctly on his pit stop options. Oh, Jamie's on the grass. Dan is going to have a little look. They're in what will become the F1 DRS zone. Dan's on the inside. Has he got this?
We have 2 battles.
From watching the Dan-Jamie battle, it's nice and close.
Yeah, and there's a battle between Nexus and Peaceful as well, which is very close as well.
Yeah,
they were side by side as well. So,
with the lap car and Palava close by as for good company. But Dan's right up the rear wing of Jamie. Words are hard, okay? Gary has come out in a net P. Oh, Gary's behind Overtaker. So he's ahead. Gary's off the road. It's not the MFB. If I ran the Bentley, that'd probably be the colours, so those who watch Grand Tour, it will be the MFB. Peace was still holding off Nexus. Liam's typing something.
I apologise. I've got very heavy fingers.
It's a couple of good battles between Bigwood Brazier and Peaceful Explosion and Nexus. Nexus is taking a wide line.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of battles happening on the track. Only just about 3 minutes left the pit window as well. This race is
I think Akbar's technically retired to pits now, and that will be abolishing. Saying don't keep doing that. You can come back out. You wait 2 minutes. PG. Oh, Peaceful and Nexus touch.
I didn't see any contact. I just think he ran a little bit too wide, but my eyes might deceive me. I've had too many monsters.
Oh, your eyes are spinning then, Liam.
Darting left and right.
Right, like saucers.
Yeah. Jamie and Dan are closing in on this battle for second and third. They're not too far away.
Dan's trying around the outside. I don't think he's doing it now.
Dan's thought better of that because Jamie is a tough person to pass at the best of times. De Silva's miles and miles. De Silva's nearly a sector in the lead. Yeah.
He's got his feet up on the dash, having a picnic.
Yeah. Oh, picnic sounds nice right now. Cameraman's losing the cars again as we go back to Peaceful Explosion. Nexus in second. Peaceful third. Jamie in fourth. But it's going to be Black Cloud over Nexus and Akbar being in the pits, coming in the pits at the same time. Which I will have to go through and get a clip off it, probably. But we did get it in the main broadcast. Yeah, it's 31 seconds between De Silva and Nexus. Peaceful slowly dropping away. Big Boy Racing is now and Dan are now the closest battle. Here at Zandvoort in Holland.
With Jamie and Dan battling, overtakers slowly pulling that time back.
But is Overtaker getting rattled as well? Will Gary and Matt swap positions? Because Matt will miss races because of work. So
He
Gary's...
will, and he's not. I don't think he's very happy about that either, if I'm going to be honest.
Oh, why would it be when you love racing and doing what you're doing? Even though the F1 game's a bit meh at times.
Nah,
I've got the Platinum Trophy on it last week.
That's an understatement.
I did get the Platinum Trophy for F1 22 last Sunday. With a finish 100 races on mine. Fake trophy. Not. I hate online trophies. Big Boy Brazier defending from Unorthodox. Unorthodox now has his mirrors full of a lightish brown McLaren.
Overtaker's right behind him as well.
Yeah, we've got Empalava, the lap car sitting behind Peaceful Explosion.
Empalava, the Latvian king.
And Palovsky. Gary's 3.4 seconds behind this battle. With Matt a further 2.3, then Euro's dropping further away.
The pit window is closing
As
now.
the pit window has now closed, Akbar, I do believe, has retired.
We will wait though, and still plenty of time left. He might even drop the car and do the final lap. We never know.
He can't do that. He's got to complete most of the missions of the race.
Maybe he won't then.
Maybe he won't. Euro's now pulling away by 2.2 seconds from Peaceful Explosion. Does he have the pace to start reeling into Silver? I don't think he can, but it's still a long way to go. It's 20 minutes. And catching is one thing, passing is quite another. As the great Murray Walker once said.
Great Murray Walker. Love that.
We're no Murray Walker, by the way. Not as we're better than Jonathan Ledgard was over the late 2000s, before Crofty took over. Oh, look at this battle. Cameraman, come back to the battle between Jamie and Dan. Thank you. There we go. With Overtaker. Closest battle here at Zandvoort. And next week we're over there at Monza. Oh, Jamie's sitting in the middle of the track to defend the line from Unorthodox. Overtaker's behind. Poor Dan. Oh, Dan hit Jamie! And Overtaker capitalised.
Yeah.
As the Overtaker has literally just gone straight through there. And Dan just stopped to let Jamie back in front.
Yeah, and Overtaker capitalised on it. And now that leaves Overtaker free reign to catch Peaceful. With Gary now moving up to 6th. Is there much there? It's hard to say what happened there. Could it have been a little bit of lag by Jamie? We just don't know, but here on this game, I haven't seen him lag like he does on F1 or Project Cars.
No. Or Project Cars.
Nexus.
Might have upgraded the internet from cardboard to maybe
Potato.
Potato. He's moving up. He's from cardboard to potato.
Oh, Peaceful had a little wiggle. Jamie is dropping away. There must be damage now on the rear of Jamie's car from that little glove tap. Matt is actually behind Dan now.
Very
5.4
close behind.
as we move over to the number 1 plate, reigning ACC.
Gary's got through on Jamie.
Yeah, Gary is. Does Gary have the pace to reel in the Overtaker? The Overtaker must have some damage on his car. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a little bit of aero damage by the look of the car.
Looks like he's just been scraping it against other cars, if anything.
Or walls. No, wait, that's
Or
Dan on the
walls.
F1. That's when he streams F1s of Friday nights. Well, it's for our entertainment. Check out an Dub 16 on YouTube and Twitch to see. He should be doing a 2-player race tomorrow. The silver, lovely lead he has. As he comes through the first sector and crosses there, Nexus is over a sector behind. Peaceful in third, with Empalava now behind him. Overtaker fourth. Gary is slowly reeling in the Overtaker. Jamie and Dan have resumed their battle. With Matt now in a watching brief. Euro is 13 seconds behind Matt.
Matt might be waiting to capitalise on any mistake that happens.
Smokey might be doing other things. Who knows what other things? The Silver looking very, very comfortable in this race lead.
He does.
In his old Vodafone McLaren-esque livery from...
Best livery. Wait, what?
No, it's not a Ferrari. Of course it's not the best livery. Or Benetton. Or the 1991 Jordan. Now that was a livery. 7 Up.
Tic Tac?
7 Up and Tic Tacs, yeah. Great livery car.
Yes.
Or the FW14B Williams.
Ooh, I don't know the car. I think it's like the MP4. It's Senna's McLaren.
Oh, Marlboro ones. Well, they were the same colours since James Hunt drove for. Actually, 1974 they went Marlboro. So McLaren did. All the way to 96.
Dan's on the back of Jamie here.
Yep. We're back to that battle. Matt's there as well.
Matt's trying to follow.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to make it 3 wide.
3 wide into turn 1. Hang on to your butts. And Dan is through, so is Matt.
Oh, is Matt?
Matt, was that contact?
It looked like there might have been a little bit of contact there. Bit of a love tap that sent him flying.
Oh boy, I'm going to be busy on my own stewarding, aren't I? Yeah. Penalties for everyone. Nexus is laying down some black lines. You think he's Gary McCall. Oh, Nexus is off the road. He's on the gravel.
Oh, his car looks even worse.
Has Nexus got... It's Peaceful. Peaceful's back. But Peaceful's got Overtaker about 1.7 seconds behind him. Gary's all over Overtaker.
He is.
He's the collector, as he was called by our previous commentators on Pro on the last season, Smithy and Kelly. He's the collector. Gotta collect Overtaker.
It looks like...
Oh, hop on the curb.
Matt has actually got past Big Boy Brazier as well.
Gary is past. Gary's got him. Good pass by Gary.
The question is, will Gary hold the Overtaker up with Matt not being actually too far behind him?
Exactly. Will Gary love Murray D in chat love tap my ... Is it a certain area of the body? Yeah, we get the point. Yeah. That was more than a lot. We'll find out if a goes is put in for the stewards. Good job, I don't really have much to do on Destiny at the moment because I've done the weekly stuff and I can't be bothered playing anymore this week. I need to practice for Monza in the Falale.
The Ferrari.
I need to practice the F1 pit entry as well. Because that's a doozy. Euro. Cool. Dan's in the pits. Dan has damage. Look at the front end of that Lamborghini. It's raised up. So there was damage there. Peaceful now, 2.7 seconds behind Nexus. Gary is reeling in Peaceful Explosion. And we know they're in the same party together.
We do. The question is, will Gary 131 be able to get himself onto the podium?
Cool, had an interview, Gary.
First time in a long time.
Well, yeah, because you probably fell asleep last time.
Sure.
Dan's away.
Dan's away, he's repaired his car, he's just got to score points. He's still ahead of, he's a lap down now from the silver. As is Smokey, Nexus is behind Smoky Devil to lap him. Does Smokey know he's been lapped by the Terminal Velocity Audi from the Michael Massey's Mango Lassie Audi? Smokey lagged then, didn't he, for you? Smokey lagged, he disappeared and reappeared in front of Nexus. I'll just confirm it in my stream, in the broadcast. Jamie's now on his own. As I
Gary
know,
131 is really starting to gain onto Peaceful Explosion here.
Yeah, I'm just confirming what I just saw. Yeah, Smokey did lag. Okay. Lap.
Oh, Peaceful was all over the grass there.
Oh, Gary's having a sniff. Gary's looking down the inside as they come to the chicane. They got the slower car of Smoky Devil in front of them. Look at the room that Gary and Peaceful gave each other.
For the time
Peaceful,
being.
for the time being. But is the Bentley now coming good at this later stage of the race?
Maybe.
With 10 minutes to
bit
go.
of a twitch there.
Overtaker's now joined in.
Yeah, it's just literally now a three-way battle between these guys. Are they going to try and go three wide at any point? There's only 9 minutes left, so it's all or nothing now.
Look what happened when he went three wide with between Matt, Dan and Jamie. There was contact in the end. Three wide into turn one does not work. Gary.
This holding up, this little battle though is really going to help Mathew be able to catch up to the overtaker as well, and maybe get himself closer to a podium spot. Like I say, 9 minutes left to go.
Peaceful flashing his lights at Smokey. Peaceful is flashing his lights at Smokey. So get out of the way. You are a lapped car. We are in a battle. Move.
Now.
Yeah, now, politely.
I can't imagine it'll be coming out his mouth like exactly like that, but
he's moved over.
Definitely. No, he hasn't. He's just hit Peaceful. Smokey.
He's actually let Gary 131 pass.
Gary's now in third. Smokey, what were you doing? You need to get right out the throttle. And we won't get footage from him, Smokey. Now Overtaker's all over Peaceful. Peaceful's not going to be happy. He's also streaming on YouTube. If you want to check out our drivers' POVs, the Gaming Welshman 5 on Twitch.
The Overtaker's really trying to force his way past these. The Overtaker's actually on the grass and not now in the gravel. He's off and he's in the wall.
Oh,
it looked like Peaceful ran him a little bit. It did look like he ran him wide a little bit.
There was a flash. But after a nice clean race one, kind of, race two's just been absolute carnage.
Chaos.
We've still got Ukpop sitting in the pit, so I believe he has retired, and that is another qualifying ban. But if it is his third retirement, he's actually going to get a deduction of 25 points.
Yeah, as Mathew is now giving Smoky Devil the flash.
And meanwhile, leading by another postcode is the Silver.
Another country.
Yeah, he's actually in Belgium right now. He's already driving off to Monza. He's now driving south to Monza for the next race. He's taking his car with him.
Already took the plane, mate. Got the plane there, and he's still gonna win it.
So now third place is the Jaeger Motorsports Gary 131. With Peaceful now in fourth.
Matt's very close behind him.
Yeah. And Smokey's still causing havoc. There is talks though that the blue flag rule goes to like F1. You get a blue flag, you move straight away. Or as soon as it's safe to do so. You don't battle the leaders. Because the lapping on here has been, well,
atrocious.
Even in Pro-Am it's been atrocious as well. Those who watched Pro-Am yesterday, video is saved on Simplay Motorsport, so if you didn't see this, after watching this, if you want to go check that out, go and check it out. You'll see me, PM Motorsport Racing, and not having a good time.
Better time than yeah.
Well, Nexus in the Monster Energy car is now in a very he's about 3 seconds in front of Gary. But now Peaceful's got Matt behind him.
It's the closest one on track at the moment.
As we go to the number 1 Bentley for Jaeger Motorsport. He's given Peaceful a flash. You'd love to see it.
Oh!
Peaceful defending the line. Smokey's off. Smokey's returned to pits. Does Smokey come back out in 2 minutes? He's got time.
Slid there.
Yep. Oh, that's close. And Palava's now moved up to 10th because of Smokey. They're side by side into the chicane. Yeah, and Matt is past. Thank you, Mama, for the carrots, he would say. Right now.
Well, as Gary would say.
No, that's
Matt just adds the gravy.
Oh, bit of gravy. Lovely. Nexus, Gary is catching him, slowly but surely.
He is.
Gary Hope, third place. Got to be candidate for a driver of the day. Okay, chat.
Very good point.
Put your driver of the day in chat, please. Oh, he's made a mistake. Gary, don't fluff it now.
Been watching him for too long.
Yeah, Euro's right on the back of Overtaker. Overtaker starting to struggle.
Maybe a bit of damage after hitting that wall that's just stuffed him.
Yeah, maybe. Will Smokey actually come out of pits and finish this race? If not, that will also be classed as a retirement, and therefore Smoky Devil will also get a qualifying ban. Euro's lost it! Euro's lost it! That's a beautiful pirouette by the Ferrari. Dan in 9th. Probably fuming. Must be fuming. Despite winning race 1. To Silver, any more laps, he would actually lap the whole field. There are 3 minutes to go of this race. We're probably in the final couple of laps. Cameraman, find to Silver. Thank you.
Ooh, Gary had a bit of a twitch there going across the curb, just going around the big, I want to say the right-hander, but I feel like I'm going to get that massively wrong.
It'll be right-hander. Damn.
Yeah, got it right.
It'll be a right-hander. Have you driven this track on ACC?
I have, but very limited.
What, on the PC or the PlayStation?
PC.
Oh, Gary!
Ooh, he's on the grass.
Gary, calm it down a bit. I mean, Nexus is second and not that far up the road. Who is far up the road? Is the Silver. I believe at the moment, though, the only person we'll have for a podium interview will be Gary. Peaceful in 5th. Jamie up to 6th. Overtakers. Right, cameraman, what are you doing? Overtakers all over the back end of Jamie Brazier here. This is the closest battle in this race. Jamie looks smoother on the pad than Overtaker does. If you look at the driver inside the car, Jamie's not as jerky, is it? If you compare it to Overtakers.
Transferable skills, I suppose, from Project Cars 2. Maybe learnt a little bit.
Well, Overtaker's a reigning pro champion on Project Cars.
Good point.
But if you look at the angles from Overtaker's car and look at the driver like jiggling, like if you watch me, I'm on pad. So is Smithy. So is Daz Automatic, my teammate in Pro-Am, in the East West Motorsport Ferraris. We're showing with the Aston Martins with V12s. Smokey is moving again, so Smokey has not retired from the race. He is circulating.
Gary's only about a second and a half off of Nexus now.
His Nexus starting to struggle with that
damage.
With that damage on that Audi. Matt's dropped further back, so has Matt made a mistake? With Peaceful in 5th. Jamie in 6th, with Overtaker still all over him. Well, this is the closest battle. De Silva crosses the line to start the final lap of the race.
Leaders on final lap.
We are now on the final lap. But the closest battle is Big Boy Brazier and Overtaker. Cameraman, what you doing, man? Oh, there's Smokey, Big Boy Brazier's teammate in Michael Mass's Mango Lassie.
The greatest team name on the track.
No, I think this better one was Ginsters are proper pasties, but they're not.
Yes.
But they're not. They're vile.
Ginsters are beautiful.
Look at Overtaker pushing Jamie through that corner. Jamie flashing his lights at his teammate. Overtaker doing a lunge on the curb.
Doesn't manage to get it done though.
I was keeping an eye on where De Silva is so we get him to cross the line. Jamie flashing his lights at his teammate again and moving out of the way. You are being lapped. De Silva's now coming on what would become the second DRS zone. Peaceful's not far up the road from these two. Smokey's still in the way.
Ooh.
Gary is now 1.3. Yeah, it's now Smokey moves out of the way to let his teammate through. As well, now jump to De Silva, who's now put a lap on Impalava. As De Silva ooh, don't do that too much. Impalava's still racing, you know. As De Silva crosses the line and wins by a country mile in race 2 here at Zandvoort. Nexus. Just keep an eye on the Overtaker Jamie battle quickly. As well,
I shall. Oh, he's right up his rear.
We're going to have to jump to that as Overtaker looking around the outside.
Oh, he's on the grass!
That's not going to work there. It will not work.
Oh, and he comes back on right in front of Smokey. That was quite
unsafe rejoining.
Yes.
As Nexus there comes around the final 2 right-handers to podium. That's not bad, really, for the Audi, considering. Let's risk it. Dan finishes in 9th, Empalava for 10th. Nexus comes home in 2nd, Gary in 3rd, on the podium. Matt comes home in 4th. Peaceful explosion on the curb.
Ooh,
on the curb. No, Peaceful.
In the wall.
In the wall. Keep getting it.
Big Boy Brazy is going to just get him.
Jamie's got to steal a.
No, he's not. It looks like he let Peaceful back. Yeah.
Oh, what? Smokey!
Oh, Smokey.
Smokey, that's disgraceful.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that was disgraceful here to finish this race. So, when we get the results screen, we'll go through
That was
there.
definitely disconnected there.
Poor brain. as I look back, Smokey just nailed Gary's had overtaker. It's just
Green light, green light.
try
Go,
and
go,
get the
go.
top three in, Liam, for an interview.
I'm not 100. I believe there's only. I don't
Gary.
know.
Yeah, just let me Gary.
Woo! Now I've got to see if I've got him.
Is he Indian?
He is meant to be. He is already been added to this.
Yeah.
Wait for
So we'll
him.
wait a couple of minutes
Oh,
to
here
see
we
if
go.
is Gary in.
Yep, just
Is he
arrived.
Welcome to the podium, Gary.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long time. I don't really know what to say, to be honest.
So, Gary, you third place. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, as happy as I can be. You know, I'm still struggling with the game. I don't get the practice I need. Made a few changes after the first race there, and it seemed to pay off. So, yeah, good, solid race pace.
No answer for the Silver though. He was just like in another country. How far he was in front.
Mate, I'm being honest with you. I thought he still had the pit. He was that far ahead.
Anyway, so more of the same at Monza next week. Does Monza favour the Bentley? We don't know.
Again, int tested, so I might do a few laps now just to turn a wheel, see what we got. Yeah, just try and get some solid points for the team.
Yeah, okay. Cheers for that, Gary, and see you next week.
Yep, thank you very much. Well done, Matt, and all the other Simplay drivers.
Get that 25th pole position.
I'll be trying for that Sunday, don't panic.
Yeah.
Still plenty of time.
Right, I think we're done.
I'm going to run. I believe the tables are up to date.
The tables are up to date, yeah.
Yes, I'm going to run you through what the tables are looking like just after tonight's race. So we're going to go into the Drivers' Championship here. Overtaker is leading the Drivers' Championship with a 20-point lead at the moment. From the silver, we're in second with Mathew only 9 points, splitting him from second place at the moment. In fourth, you've got an Orthodubs, and then in fifth, you've got Big Boy Brazier. 4 points is the gap on that one. Gary 131 in sixth, 2 points to Big Boy Brazier, so it could be sniffing out into fifth on the tables if done well next week. Empalava in seventh, and Fury is in eighth, 3 points the gap there. It's going to be quite tight here now as well for the points. So in ninth you have Euro, and then in 10th you have Peaceful. In 11th you've got Bryce, and in 12th you've got Smoker. In 13th you've got Monkey, and in 14th you've got Sutter. In 15th you've got Ugbar, and in 16th you've got Nexus. In 17th you've got D-Biggs, and in 18th you've got the Yorkshire Mika. I believe I've pronounced that right. In 19th, you've got
Sekulovic.
There you go, Sekulovic. And in 20th, you have Alex.
That's an easy one for you, isn't it?
Yeah, that one's an easy one for me. That is what your drivers is looking like. Jumping over to the constructors now, that'll buff out Racing, leading by only 2 points from Jaeger Motorsport in second. In third, you have FU Racing, and then in fourth, you've got Michael Massey's Mango Lasser. In fifth, you have PRT Squadra Corsa, and in sixth, you have Simplay Racing. In seventh, you've got Terminal Velocity Racing, and in eighth, you've got Team Independent. In ninth, you've got FST Racing, and in 10th, you've got Fianda Motoristico. In 11th, you've got OMO Motorsport, and in 12th, you've got the Bentley Bullies. And then finally, in 13th, you have got Power Clan. That is what your constructors and drivers are looking like after tonight's results from the drivers. As PN, before we say our final goodbyes, who would you say your driver of the day was?
Oh, it has to be Gary. Two solid finishes. And a podium, which is a surprise for him.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same way for that as well. So, I don't believe we've got a driver of the day from the chat. So, here, Gary's got the driver of the day from the commentators here. But anyway, remember to like and subscribe to the channel and press that bell notification. And from all of us here at Simplay, good night.
Good night.
Right.